Some of you have already started looking at our math puzzle. Can someone explain, especially those who have seen these before, what are we trying to do? Like, what is the puzzle part of this math puzzle? Layden, what are we trying to do?
Trying to see how much they equal to.
Trying to see how much what equals the pictures. So we've used question marks, we've used boxes, and we've used blanks to be a spot saver for a number. But anything can be a spot saver for a number.
Right.
All of those pictures you see are spot savers for numbers. And if a picture is repeated, that means that's the same number. So do you see all these earths?
Yeah.
Every single earth represents the same number. So if you figure out that earth is equal to 75, all of the earths are equal to 75 on this problem. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, now that we see all those unknown numbers, this gets a little tricky. I might not start at number 1 because I have something minus 9 equals something else. That could be so many things. I might not start at equation number 2. Planets are equal to rocket ship. That could be literally any number. When I look at the third equation, though, I have some numbers. It says 7 plus 1 is equal to Earth plus Earth. Remember we talked about how the equal sign is like a balance? Remember that?
Yeah.
Go ahead and draw a little mini box underneath 7 plus 1. That's one side of our balance. What is that side equal to? What is the value of that side of our balance? Lincoln? 8. Well, if it's equal, then we know that this side has to equal 8. Does that mean that Earth is equal to 8?
No.
No, because 8 plus 8 doesn't equal 8. What is a number that when I double it is going to be equal to 8? Well, 4. 4. Go ahead and write a 4 on all the Earths, because remember, if one Earth is 4, all the Earths are 4. Okay, now we got some more information. We did equation number 3. What equation do you think I might try and solve now? Which one do you think I might try and solve now? Ashlyn? I think maybe question 1, because now we only have one unknown number. I have something minus 9 is equal to 4. I'm going to rewrite that just so you see it. Something minus 9 is equal to 4. It might be helpful to write that equation as an addition equation. How can I write that equation as an addition equation? Remember subtraction, we start with our whole minus part equals part. So what would that be as an addition equation? Devin, you think you know? That's not an equation, that's a number. Yeah, I'm going to rework this problem to be 9 plus 4 equals box. That's a lot easier for my brain to work with. So what is the value of box? Harper? 13. 13 minus 9 is 4. That means rocket ship is 13. That means this rocket ship is also 13. That means this rocket ship is also 13. Yes, so now that I know that, do I know?
You see the second one?
Uh-huh.
The planet equal to rocket ship.
Yep.
So that means planet has to be 13 too.
Yeah, if rocket ship is 13, then that means planet is 13 to make that equation true. Alright, so let's look at the bottom. I have Earth, which I know is equal to 4. I have planet, which is equal to 13. And I have rocket ship, which is equal to 13. And then I have a question mark, which we are used to seeing. What is the value of that question mark? What is that question mark worth? Doesn't have to be mental math. You have paper in front of you, you can work it out. It could be mental math. We've done problems like that with our number talks before. Michael?
30.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 26 plus 4 is 30. So on your math choice board this week, you're going to have different pictures, but somewhere you need to tell me what those pictures are worth. So if I was doing that for this problem, I would say Earth is equal to 4. Planet is equal to 13. And rocket is equal to 13. What? What's up there?
Corner, I wrote an R for rocket for 13.
Yeah.
Then for the planet on problem the Earth, actually because you can't see the color, I just put P for planet.
Works for me. Yeah,
I didn't
whatever.
put P with a 2 next to it.
Whatever works for you, kid. Alright, we are going to be spending some time talking about equality. So go ahead and turn to the next blank page, please. Here's your title. It says, what do you already know about the equal sign? That is the title on your next blank page. What do you already know about the equal sign? What are some things that we know about that equal sign? Ashlyn? Always? Because that sounds like the addition sign, not the equal sign. It's tricky. Wait and sit up, please. What do you know about the equal sign? Yeah?
It's adding to the it's putting the two numbers together and having the numbers together.
So that's what Ashley just said, but I think that's the addition sign, not the equal sign. Because if I'm subtracting, I'm not putting two numbers together. Shelby? Ooh, I love how you put that. The equal sign tells us the relationship. Holy moly, what is happening? Relationship between two or more numbers. Shelby, I really like that you use the word relationship because we are going to be comparing numbers. We know what the equal sign looks like, right? Our equal sign looks like this. Our equal sign is exactly describing the relationship between some numbers. It's telling us the equal sign tells us that the values are the same. I use the word value for a very important reason. A lot of times when we say that two things are the same, we expect them to be exactly the same. Look the same, taste the same, smell the same. But that's not true with an equal sign. But what is the same is what those numbers are worth. So that word value is talking about worth. Yeah, kind of is a good way to think about it. Gwen said it's kind of like money worth. So that's one way to think about it. If we're thinking about things in money, Gwen, that's a really good way to think about equivalency. We might say 4 quarters is equal to, what is 4 quarters worth? Or what's something else that doesn't look the same but has the same value? Victor? It's $1. But having $1 bill is different than 4 quarters. They feel the same, they look different, or sorry, they feel different, they look different, they smell different, they taste different.
They're different like sizes.
They're different sizes, but they are worth the same. The value is the same. That's what we're talking about with that equivalent, or sorry, that equal sign. Not that the numbers are the exact same, but that on both sides, it's going to be the same value. All right, so I want you to write this equation down. If we write underneath your notes, it says 8 plus 4 equals blank plus 5. 8 plus 4 equals blank plus 5.
I'm not going to say.
I want you to think about how might you solve this problem. Typically, in your math life, you have not seen operation symbols on both sides. We have a plus sign on this side and a plus sign on that side. That's a little different. Welcome to 3rd grade. Craziness.
No.
We got lots of operations happening all over the world. So how would we solve this problem? I'll give you some seconds. A lot of 3rd graders, when we first see this problem, and I bet even 3rd graders in here, which is fine, think that the answer is 12. How did you get 12? How did you get 12? Listen to my question. That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking, how did you get 12? Bladen, how did you get 12?
I didn't pick 12 my answer, but 8 plus 4.
Yeah. Normally, we don't see any of this. We're used to just seeing 8 plus 4 equals, and then we write in the total. But we can't ignore the plus 5. That is still important. So how are we going to solve this problem? It's not 12. Bella, what do you think? How am I going to solve it? Gwen, how would I solve this?
I wrote 8 plus 4 equals 12.
Yep, I'm listening. Keep going. Yeah, so Gwen is looking at this equal sign, like two separate equations, and she's trying to make sure they balance. Because if they balance, that shows that they're worth the same. So Gwen looked at 8 plus 4, and she knew that that side of the equal sign was worth 12. We're in our math notebook, Jackson. So Gwen knew that 8 plus 4 was equal to 12. We also have this other side, blank plus 5, box plus 5, which we now know has to be worth 12. Why does it have to be equal to 12? Did I just pick that number because I like it? So why is it blank plus 5 equals 12? Devin? So why did I come up with blank plus box? Or sorry, box plus 5 equals 12. Where did that 12 come from? Yeah, it came from what the other side was worth. I know that this side has to also be 12 in order for them to have the same value. So I've got 5. So 5 plus is not equal to 8 plus 4. I need something to go in that box. Gwen looks at 6 first, and she figured out that 6 plus 5 is equal to 11, which will get us close. My balance is close to being equal, but not quite. That's because 6 plus 5 is equal to 11, not 12. I need to put it on a 7. And I have a balanced equation. It is equal to 8 plus 4 is equal to 7 plus 5. Oh, what you talking about? Those are two different expressions. They don't look the same. They don't taste the same. They don't smell the same. But they have the same worth or value. Michael? Let's look at one side of the balance. I got 6 plus 3. What is that worth? 6 plus 3, what is that going to be worth? 6 plus 3 is worth, Michael? 9. So this part, no thank you, is equal to 9. That means this side has to also be worth 9. So could it just be 9? Yeah. 6 plus 3 equals 9. We've seen equations like that before.
But we could write it.
Ooh, what about this one? Uh-oh. Go ahead and draw it. Go ahead and draw it. This one says 4 times 6 is equal to something times 8. What do I need to do first? Elena, what do I need to do first? I need to figure out 4 times 6. It's been a while since we've had a multiply. If you need to draw something, or if you need to think about your doubles, go ahead and do that. When you have the product of 4 times 6, give me a secret sum. To think of my 4s as my 2s doubled. 2 times 6, I know, is 12, plus another 2 times 6, 44. That helps me get my 4s. My product, what this side of my equation is worth, 24.
So these other ones were 20.
That does mean that my other one is worth 24. So now I have something times 8 is equal to 24. How am I going to figure that out? Will, how am I going to figure that out?
Use adding?
Could I use adding?
Yes.
What did you get when you did that, Will?
So I took 2 8s, then I knew 8 plus 8 equals 16. Then I took another 8, and I broke it apart to equal 6 and 2.
Uh-huh.
And I added 2 to what?
15 divided by 5 is equal to question mark. It's been a while since we divided. 15 divided by 5. What am I gonna do?
Divide 5 and 15.
Michael?
Oh, you just take, I'm pretty sure you take 15, like break it up into 5s, and then you make 3 groups.
Okay, so Michael says, okay, I can take apart 15 and make groups of 5. That is one way. You could also make your 5 groups and deal out until you got rid of all 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Each one has 30.
Yes?
Probably because you want this addition.
It is not an addition problem, it is a division problem. Division counts groups of numbers, a little bit different. So this side of my equation is worth 3. 15 divided by 5 is equal to 3. That means the other side of my equation has to be equal to 3. What could my question mark be?
3.
It could be 3. What?
How do you show division on there?
I can't really show division. So if I'm going to show division on an equibeam, I would have to make this 5 groups of something equals 15. And from there, I would have to put 5 threes. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And then 3.
And then that would be equal to 15. Actually, I'm not going to be able to show it very easily. I'm going to have to just say 3. And then 3. The division gets a little complicated because of I'm counting groups instead of my total. That makes sense.
It's easy to do almost everything.
It's easy to do addition and subtraction on equibeam though.
Like, how do you do it?
Alright, our last one that we're going to do together. Last one we're going to do together. We're going to practice them in a minute. It says 5 plus 8 is equal to question mark plus 4. I'm going to give you some seconds. Get that down. If you know what to do already and you want to get started, go for it. 5 plus 8 equals question mark plus 4. Can someone tell me what's the first thing that I do? What do I need to do first? Stanley? Yeah, I need to figure out what at least one side of my balance is. What's the value of 5 plus 8? Go ahead, Stanley. 13. That means that other side is going to be worth 13. I like to rewrite my equations. It makes it a little easier for me to see. It says box plus 4 is equal to 13. I might rewrite that as a subtraction problem. My whole is 13. I subtract my part, and I'm left with box. That might be an easier problem for me to solve. All I'm doing is just putting it in a slightly different order. What is box worth? Bella? 9. 9 plus 4 is equal to 13. Alright, we have some practice problems. I'm going to go ahead and give them to you to glue into your notebook.